Hello and welcome back to our keg chat. So with myself, Sophie.
Me, Alex.
And me, Dan.
So these are our little chats to give you guys a little update in what's happening with our lives. And actually, this is the first time we've filmed together in what must be a year.
Literally over a year. We checked. The last time we did this was early March 2023, I think. Just haven't been able to get both of you in the same room with me at the same time. Speaking of, you may have noticed we are back in my house again. Do you want to explain that?
Yes.
Bit of a sad story.
So Bristol Gaming Collective, where we were filming, they have had to suddenly relocate, which means they are finding a new premises. They have a temporary location at the minute, so gaming is still happening in Bristol, but it's a shared space, so we aren't able to secure the space for filming. I think it's also partly an arcade, so it's kind of I haven't been down there, but it looks like kind of a good vibe.
It looks like a good vibe for gaming,
Yeah.
maybe not so much for the controlled environment of the battle reports.
Yeah, exactly. So
Trying to
there'll
film
be...
while screaming and arcade machines go off in the background might be a bit much.
Yes.
Yeah, and like even me screaming and being incoherent.
Because you want to hear us being, screaming and being incoherent. You don't want to miss what we're saying because of the background noise.
I don't know. Sometimes it might be better if you
Well.
do.
So we're back here. We're back in my house for the time being, for the foreseeable future. It works. Definitely works for me.
And me.
And just not really for you.
And I'm also here.
So, ooh.
That
What-
would be bad. That would be bad in the audio at all. Alex.
No, that'd be fantastic, I'm sure.
So get that one
Professionals. But you wouldn't be able to hear it in an arcade.
No.
So my point stands.
Well, you might do. It's quite shrill.
Okay.
Exactly. So
What are we talking about, Sophie?
Yes, we are unknown for the future of our location, but we always have Alex's house to fall back on, assuming Alex wants us here. But
I've run it by my partner. I have requested it. I've made it up to her and so on. So it's fine.
That is our news regarding vis-a-vis location. Now, also regarding location, this means we've had to change the date and time of our Dropzone tournament. Alex, take us through the details of that.
So we are now running the tournament, the upcoming Dropzone 1, Danger Close 2, Danger Closer, at Firestorm Games in Cardiff, which you may have heard of because we have an affiliate link with them, so we actually talk about them every game pretty much. It's
And today.
fantastic. Yeah, it's a fantastic location, really good place to play games. You were saying it used to be a
Lamborghini showroom.
showroom.
Yeah. So it's a nice big open space, well lit. It's got a bar. It's got some other stuff. It's also the bar serves beer.
Yeah.
And there's an upstairs bar.
Yes, exactly.
Air conditioning, which is really not irrelevant for a sweaty tournament.
Yeah.
So yeah, should be a really good time. We've got space for up to 20 players. There is an associate who's running a Dropfleet tournament on the same day. So while they're going to be separate tournaments, we'll mingle. Everyone gets to vote in their favourite fleet and favourite army, regardless of what system they're playing. So it should be a good chance to see how the other Dropverse game works. So yeah, it's on the 29th of June. We'll make sure there's a link in the description. It'd be fantastic to see you there.
So you'll be playing in the tournament?
In theory.
In theory, well, depending on
I'll
numbers.
film, basically.
Yeah,
But I plan to be.
Dan, you'll be playing?
Yes, I need to double check I have time off at then because
Yes.
I have things going on around then.
And you're defecting.
I am playing in a tournament, so I have actually abandoned our own tournament to go play Dropfleet because I really want to play Dropfleet.
It's fine. She's just going to go sell the channel to all the Dropfleet players.
Yeah.
That's the real reason.
Better.
No, so I have been eyeing up and gagging to play some Dropfleet Commander. It is the other Dropzone. We've seen a couple of people ask in the channel. I have been, I've ordered a load of ships, I've been painting a load of ships, so I will have enough for a 1500 point fleet. Then I'll introduce these guys to the game and they will love it, because Alex, what have you coined it?
It's Better Fleet Gothic.
Yeah.
Actually is the term I understand.
Yes.
Sorry, Gothic. I haven't played it yet, so I still remain loyal to Battle Fleet Gothic. But we've said it before, I think both of us have said it's a
Oh,
win,
yeah.
not an if. We're definitely going to do it. It's just time and hobby budget. But my goal is to do it sometime this summer after the UK Games Expo.
Probably about the same for me, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be doing UCM. Are you definitely doing PHR?
Yeah, well, PHR ships are the only reason I picked PHR Dropzone. Because I was like, everyone was getting into Dropzone. I was like, I prefer Dropfleet. and I know I want the PHR ship, so if I get in on early on Dropzone PHR, then I can click call dibs.
Yeah.
You have a resistance scrap fleet already, which is lots of
Yes.
pictures going by.
It's like there's no rules difference because people ask, is it scrap fleet or Callium? It's like it's only aesthetic, and I kind of paint them how I want. So yeah, it's scrap fleet. Why not? Yeah, there's no particular rules differences. Yeah, I've had a few games with the system. I really love it. One of our mutual friends is painting up his fleet as well. So. And they've come on quite quickly. It's sort of like, oh, he's got an airbrush. Oh, we can play a game in no time at all. So it will be coming to the channel soon, and I'm super duper excited. But we do have more Dropzone news, don't we?
Yes.
All the stuff you've painted.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's Alex has really.
I was also very
up.
confused there.
Yeah. Alex has also built up. You've got huge amounts of terrain. So we've got these big multi-level boards.
Oh, yes.
That have. We've played on them a few times. They create really dynamic games. So we're super excited to bring those to you. We've got Dropfleet battle reports coming up soon. Dropzone.
They should really call them something slightly different than Dropfleet and Dropzone. It'd be even worse than there's the more other games, the skirmish and the monster hunter
I've
game.
heard that the skirmish game is going to be called Strike Zone Commander, but the fan name for it is Dropfleet Commander, which I think is fantastic.
Yes.
But yes, as you said, lots of terrain I've been working on. So we've got the MDF boards. There'll be a battle report with them coming up soon. They work for Titanicus as well. I've made these rocks. I was so excited to show these to my rock collection as soon as they got in the door. They said, "It's nice, Alex. Please put us in. It's raining." But they are for a mission I've got planned for a lunar board for the tournament. But also they're rocks. They work absolutely fine in 28mm scale as well. So you'll see those in Heresy, in Age of Sigmar, and so on. I'm now working on these. This is a finished satellite dish, which is it's resin, but the colour scheme I've gone for is accidentally unpainted MDF. It is very delicate, so be careful with
This is where I'll break it on
baby.
camera.
I would be devastated.
I just wanted to feel the weight. Look how nervous you are. That's adorable.
Alex tensing up.
Because I've already broken it multiple
Oh,
times.
really?
It's meant to have more railings along
No.
here.
Don't do that.
No, I shouldn't. But yeah, they will be able to use as well. I think I've made some scatter terrain as well. I've been doing lots of terrain. Mostly for Dropzone, but for other games as well. I have found time to paint some actual models as well. I can now field any of the UCM commands for Dropzone. I have my Phoenix gunship. I have my drop fridge, or Ferrum drone base. I've just finished my Dominion heavy bomber, which is not very good, but it looks pretty. So I'm looking forward to trying at some point, especially if you start bringing that behemoth of yours.
Yes.
So yeah, I've been painting a lot of Dropzone since the last Connect chat. You'll be seeing all of it across our games coming soon.
Yes, you really got quite the collection to. It's no longer starter sets we're playing with, we're now playing with the entire range. Which I guess I will have to catch up with my resistance.
Me and my PHR.
Yes.
I have to buy some new things.
Yep, afraid so.
Yeah, no.
A shame.
What else have we got coming out? I swear we had more. Oh yes, and I've got my behemoth. So that will be appearing.
Yeah. So there's a behemoth in case you didn't know.
Yes, I'm
Which
the
you
only
didn't.
one.
Which is an escalation, so I'm going to have to get my own behemoth soon.
It's only the light behemoth, so you need to get the light one.
I need to get the heavy one. It's an escalation. Like, I don't catch up with her. I have to escalate, or buy 2 light behemoths, one or the other.
2 light behemoths.
Anything else Dropzone related?
Not that I can think of right now.
What else we got then?
So it's got Dropfleet.
Yeah,
Flash up pictures of
they'll be going.
Dropfleet flying by here.
Yeah.
So what's this big bronze trophy in the middle then for?
This is just here because I'm being vain. I think I've talked before that because the last Keg Chat would have been December, sometime around then. I came third for Armies on Parade for my Age of Sigmar board, which I was delighted with. But then in early January, this turned up. It weighs a ton, so it's very ostentatious. Makes a satisfying bang when I put it on the table, and I thought it deserves being shot.
Actually, no, you thought it was too ostentatious, and I convinced you to show it off because you should be very pleased for that.
I am, thank you. It's partially here as a segue as we go into talking about Age of Sigmar, because it also came with a Start Collecting Caradron Overlords box, which is definitely coming soon, honest, as I keep saying. But I now have the 3D printed bits I need to make my Caradron Underlords, who are going to be deep sea themes. I've got a bunch of commissioned deep sea diving helmets with Dwarven script on them and so on. Another friend is making me some flippers to put on the Sky Wardens engine riggers, the floaty boys. So they'll have flippers and oxygen tanks and helmets and so on, and I've got plans for how to make the big submarines. When, I don't know, as always I have loads of hobby to do, but I actually now have the bits, so I am now committed to doing it. So
Hooray.
that will happen soon, possibly, if not in time for, then shortly after the start of 4th edition. Another segue, professional.
It's not professional if you keep calling them segues, Alex.
But they might not notice how good a segue it was.
You need to ride in on one next time.
Yes.
Yes, 4th edition. We kind of had an inkling it was coming, because I mean it was hinted. It's the 3-year kind of Classic Games Workshop, so
Everyone's got a battle tome as well, so what's coming next? Everyone's a new battle tome.
yeah, Dawnbreakers was the psychic. Everyone's going to call them Psychic Awakenings, aren't they? Because that was the first time they did it. Those are coming to a close now. We've both definitely got thoughts on 4th edition, and one of the reasons we're slightly dubious was because 3rd edition was so good. It was definitely my favourite edition of Age of Sigmar so far, and I don't know about you, but I'm ready for a change. I've played 3rd edition. I've played it a lot.
You're ready for a change too?
Yeah. I'm bored of 3rd edition.
Yeah.
We know.
I've played enough of it.
Yeah.
Too much, if you ask me.
But how they improve it, it's not the usual gripes of like, I wish they'd fix this, I wish they fixed that. It's like, no, it's really good fun.
There are levels of it ain't broke, please don't fix it. But at the same time, there are many things they could tidy up, they could streamline. It does sound like the not indexes, it's have a different name, but the indexes they're releasing are going to be much more detailed than the fairly bare bones 40k indexes. Like I said, you're going to get full battle traits, you're going to get enhancements, you'll get spell laws and so on. Which point I'm not really sure what you're not getting from that you'd otherwise get in a battle zone.
Yeah.
So hopefully it'll be good. I have faith. I'm optimistic. Looking forward to seeing what happens.
Yeah.
And a shake up the meta.
Yes.
And a shake up on what armies are good into what other armies and so on. So obviously we have no idea what the release date is, but sometime in summer.
June, I reckon.
Yeah.
June
That would make
the
sense.
28th.
June the 25th.
June the 25th.
What a specific date.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll go with that.
Okay.
That's what
cool.
I
You heard it
reckon.
here first, folks.
Yeah,
As
it's a
as
rumour.
experts,
It's
yeah.
a rumour. We
We say
started
that.
it.
Yeah,
becomes a rumour.
it's a rumour that we've just started.
Yes.
But-
Well, three of us agree.
But Soph knows a guy who's got a brother.
His
Yeah.
uncle works in Nintendo, doesn't he?
No, she knows a guy who's got a brother.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Unrelated to this rumour, but
None of them play Warhammer.
yeah. But Soph does know a guy and he's got a brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of knowing people
And brothers.
and brothers, that's a rubbish segue.
Yeah, I don't follow. Where are you going with this?
Dan, you've got some heresy news.
Fuck off.
Kind of.
News 6 months ago. So nearly 6 months ago.
Was it? Oh God, was it?
Nearly 6 months ago in October,
You left for Canada
I left for Canada,
and
and
never seen again.
and just before I went to Canada, I went to No Retreat,
Yes.
which was 6 months ago. It was really good.
Yes.
I made this monstrosity, which flashing images now, epilepsy warning. It's
What is he again?
Archmagos Dominus Onobeant.
None of those words are in the Bible.
No,
What?
correct.
What's he made
on
from?
on is, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
So I think there's about 6 kits in there. There's like Callus Typhon's base, because he needed something
Oh, yeah.
to stand on at the front. There's the Necron Scorpion thing. There's like cool and both Dominuses you can buy. There's an arm from a Necromunda guy in there. There's some random cables I had. Yeah, there's a lot of kits in there.
That is absurd. I hate it.
But I was like, I want something cool to make for No Retreat, so I made that.
Do you want to explain to people what, because they might not know what No Retreat is?
It's a big heresy. I say big. It's
It's a prestigious.
prestigious. That's the word. Heresy event in Gibraltar on a floating yacht hotel. Very nice. Very cool. Lots of incredibly beautiful armies there.
It is invitation only, isn't it? You only get invited if you say, "Can I come look at my fantastic army?"
Yes, you have to submit an application and everything, and I got accepted this year, or last year, because the one's coming up in only a few months, I think, the next one. Because it's now middle of summer they're moving it to. But they're bigger and better now, because they've moved which room it's in on the hotel. It's very nice. Yeah, lots of incredibly beautiful armies, incredible boards, very cool missions. And yeah, I built and painted this boy and a couple of I think 2 Domitars and 2 Thanatars for it. So yeah, that was good.
Cool.
And yeah, and on top of Heresy, I've started building my Dark Angel. I built my Dark Angels while I was in Canada.
Okay.
Because I had nothing else to do. It was cold. You see. And yeah, I didn't fancy trying to paint all of them out there, so I just glued them all together. I took paints and then went...
Into one big ball.
Yeah, I glued them all together into one big ball, and then I was like, I can't bother to put paint on this one big ball. So now it's time to paint them soon. Any other heresying?
I've been painting some more Heresy, so you will see it on the channel. More fists for me, but it's slow going because they're all made of yellow, which is notoriously tricky, and my army is no exception. But you will be seeing more fists on the channel coming up soon. I'm working towards the armoured spearheads, so big yellow Tonka tanks. No infantry. Well, the infantry are inside the big yellow Tonka tanks.
Okay, no infantry on the board at the start of the game, basically.
Because you're not allowed.
No.
Yeah, exactly. How's your Heresy? You've got your Typhon?
Yes, I got a Typhon. I got one for Christmas, and I built it other than the tracks, and we're in March.
It doesn't have any sponsons either.
Oh, it does. They're just in a box.
Okay.
Rather than attached to it. I have magnetized all the sponsons, so it can have the bad ones as well as the lascans.
Yeah. That's what I did with my Spartan, is I started magnetizing all the front guns and then went, I'm just going to put lascans on this all the time.
That's what you filled it with. But it has the options technically. It will be coming, as always, soon.
TM.
Yes. When it does, that I'm hoping will then actually start to take my collection beyond being starter box and a few resin weapons to actually being a fully fledged 3,000 point army that has some legs, or tracks in this case. So, yeah, coming eventually. It shouldn't actually take too long to paint when I get around to it, so one day. I promise.
Yes. The other Heresy news, I suppose, is Titanicus. We are still filming Titanicus. Production, certainly on my Legio Metallica, has halted because everything's getting big reboxed for Legions Imperialis. So we've sort of not got our hands on that. Dan, you were at Beachhead recently?
Yeah, it was at Beachhead. I was with the Titan Boner Club again. I ran my list that I think you've seen on the channel a few weeks ago against Chris.
Oh yeah,
with the many Whoopsall Warhounds, which did really well. I lost one game and did quite well in all the others, and I think as a collective, the Titan Boner Club came third. So we've had a second last year, a third this year, so next year, fourth. Yes. So as ever, we will continue with Titanicus. It's a great system. We love it. You love it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the Direwolves coming out in plastic for my Legio Metallica.
Can you buy Warbringers yet?
No, not yet.
Okay, that's my excuse why I haven't done any Titanicus in a while.
Yes, I'm waiting for the Warbringers as well, because we want more Bringers.
Yes.
They are indeed the meta that we are.
The best Titan.
Yeah.
I need a second one. I can't currently run a Ruptura. I can run basically
Well,
everything else.
Can I sell you a Titan?
No.
Only £60 for a Warbringer, you see.
What's the normal RRP?
I think like 45.
Okay,
50.
no, you can't sell me a Warbringer. Bastard. Sure, you need a fourth one anyway.
True.
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
Yes, there have been questions of asking us about Legions Imperialis on the channel. We're not.
Maybe.
It's a maybe. Maybe in the future. We know our friends at like Tabletop Standards, Maximum Fire. They've been doing Legions Imperialis reports. So I'd recommend them. They're good channels. But yes, I'm sort of. It's not quite been released yet.
That's part. There are like a half dozen little things that make me just go, yeah, maybe eventually. One of them is, you just still can't get in your Space Marine game. You still cannot get Land Raiders or Drop Pods, I believe. So I'll wait. Might do it eventually.
I want Mechanicum.
Yeah. Which may be coming soon.
Maybe TM.
That the Heresy preview at Adepticon. Do they use the same design language and icons and so on for Legions as they do for... Is there any chance it could be for Legions, or is it definitely for full Horus Heresy?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Maybe,
Cool.
yeah. They do Heresy Thursdays on the Warcom is a mix between the two. So
that could mean tiny Mechanicum, or it could mean medium-sized plastic Mechanicum. Either
Or
way,
it
Heresy
could be
good.
tiny plastic Mechanicum Knights.
Or it could be that.
yeah,
Hmm.
who knows?
Hmm.
Who knows?
We'll find out together, because we have no idea.
Yeah. But yeah, Legions Imperialis is on the back burner. We're sort of waiting to see. Yeah, see how that comes out. I've kind of watched a couple of battle reports, and I do kind of like it for the same reason I like Dropzone. So it's like, it's a difficult choice.
See, for me, the response to that is,
Play
and I've got
Dropzone.
drops,
Yeah,
but I get it.
yeah,
We might do it eventually.
yeah, exactly. We shall see. Watch this spot. I know we've also been asked about Old Worlds. Unfortunately, there's not much interest from me.
I can't do another full
Yeah,
28 mil scale army
yeah,
with hundreds of models. I just can't do it.
yeah,
I'm too young to do a historic war game.
yeah.
You have no nostalgia for it.
Yeah.
I don't really either. I don't know if you do.
I played it, but I didn't. It wasn't really high up on my list. So I know a lot of people that there's a big nostalgia factor, and they really like the sort of rank and file games. Unfortunately, it's not something we're looking to do on the channel.
So like, currently there's like 2 armies.
Yeah, and it's
Released? Kind of, yeah. A bunch of them aren't full army. It's weird.
And
Yeah.
they tease loads of Kislev and Cathay. And
Cafe, yeah, I'm not sure.
and
I
that,
don't
that
recall
was the
it.
original sort of the old world things. Were like Kislev and the ice ones. It's like, oh, this would be cool.
And there was
and-
Tyranids and Two Kings.
Yeah, and they've now shown off like a bear and something else.
Yeah, I'm sure it's coming.
But
But again, at the moment, it doesn't hold much interest for me. So if you're waiting for the old world content, sorry.
yes, unfortunately, it's not something.
look
we're-
elsewhere.
If you want a retro game, we do still do Battlefield Gothic.
Yes.
Speaking,
Speaking of, I now have an orc fleet.
yes, which we're going to get painted soon.
Soon, TM.
Yes, you need to, so we can do a campaign game
Mm.
on camera, because we've been playing in a campaign at the Brussels Game Collective, which has been going very well. Both of us are fairly near the top, but haven't fought each other yet,
Mm.
so we are long overdue for doing so. They shouldn't take you too long to paint either.
They're surprisingly annoyingly detailed, the orc
Are they?
ships, and like lots of bits between the armor plates.
I've painted my Gloriana class. What's it called again? Gloriana class.
Grand cruiser,
No, it's not the Grand Cruiser. They're small.
grand battleship,
Maybe big ship.
grattle ship.
Yes. I've painted the Conqueror for my Wild Eaters. You will have already seen that. If you haven't, you can find it on our Battle Gothic videos, but that was against Dougie and his Dark Angels, which was lots of fun. Running it as a Space Hulk, I would love to take it against you. I'd love to have a Space Hulk versus Space Hulk game.
Mm.
That would be very funny, because we'll miss each other and spend the rest of the game trying to turn around.
Mm.
But I am with that done, pretty much done with my Gothic fleet. So we might look at maybe borrowing a few fleets from other people who want some variety, or channel that creative energy into Dropfleet maybe at some point.
Yeah, I'll bring my resistance to Battlefield Gothic. Sorry.
You probably could, they're probably close enough.
Yeah.
Put them as orcs, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
Does that cover everything? Any systems I've missed? Does it
I
cover?
think that covers
Yes, the important new system moving into.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Yes.
The most important system that we went to Firestorm a few weeks ago, and we like all the TT combat games, like Dropzone really cool, Dropfleet really cool, kind of interesting Carnival, and we all went, you know what, Rumble Slam doesn't really do anything for me. We walked down, saw the Rumble Slam, saw the names of them. Rumble Slam is the best game ever. Not played it, not looked at rules. Best game ever.
Apparently we're doing Rumble Slam, I wasn't aware. Probably could. They would have to
It's
get
like
we
Blood
probably
Bowl.
could.
It's like Blood Bowl. It's like a £20 team,
And I guess
The starter box is like £30 for 2 teams and the board.
and it comes with the board, and then
And the board is basically just a cardboard square. We could make a ring for like out of like MDF.
You
for,
could
like,
do the terrain.
Oh god, I love painting terrain.
you could make mini ladders and tables and stuff for a slam through.
I could, and I've cleared my backlog, so I could do the terrain so easily.
Exactly.
It would take me no time at all.
I'm
Exactly.
detecting a hint of sarcasm.
I am never sarcastic.
You've heard Alex live on camera saying these things.
Yes.
I can be convinced. If one of you buys the starter box, I'll buy a team.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Save on a split starter box.
Yeah, probably.
Alright, so we'll give Rumble Slam a go.
Rumble slap, rumble slap, rumble slap.
I want to try Carnival. I want to try a skirmish game.
I do, but
we don't currently have a
but
skirmish
for
game.
Carnival, you need a whole fancy own board that can be used for Carnival and takes a lot of space.
Correct.
But Rumble Slam is a cardboard square
Yes.
with a grid on it.
Yeah, but Carnival, I could do a resin pour.
Yeah,
across
you
the
can do that
entire
afterwards,
board.
but we can make a really small. We can make a ring. We can make a fancy ring, and it costs like £10.
The Carnival, you'd have verticality.
Yeah.
You can point the camera up at the terrain.
We can play it upside down on the ceiling.
And there you're going too far. You
Anti-grav.
flown close to the
Magnets.
sun.
Anti-grav Carnival.
Anti-gravity magnets.
I want to play a skirmish game. So we'll play a
Rumble
skirmish
Slam is a skirmish game.
It's not.
It is. You have a
It's
small
not,
team.
it's
You have a small team. You move
tooling
individually.
game. I'm sure it's not a definition.
Find me a better definition.
Now.
3, 2, 1. Skirmish game.
Skirmish game.
Skirmish Slam.
Skirmish time. Rumble skirmish.
I think that's. And I think that's everything.
I think that sounds cover everything.
Now that you've covered the most important game.
Yes.
Yes.
Until a new one grabs you.
Yes. Okay, well, thank you so much for tuning in. If you do like our usual brand of nonsense here on the channel, do think about subscribing. Chuck us some comments down below. We do like answering all your queries and questions. We also have our affiliate link for Firestorm Games, our wonderful affiliates over in Cardiff. And we've also got a Patreon if you want to just support the channel. Any help is much appreciated, and we put everything back into running the channel. Right. That's the usual stuff. So it's goodbye for me, Sophie.
It's goodbye from me, Alex.
And from me, Dan.
And it's goodbye from the barrel.